Well, Mr. Salt, welcome in. Hope you had a good stream. How you doing? Oh, nice co-working and studying. Oh wow, you got the breadfish. Congratulations. That seems to be a rarer one. But yeah, I'm good. Yeah, a bit tired, but ready to get some more 3D stuff done tonight. I'm gonna try my best to get this commission done tonight. But if not, then I'll have to pick it up next week. But yeah, hope you had a good stream. Hope you really get a lot of work done. Yeah, welcome me in. Yeah, yeah, a bit worn out because today was very eventful day of sorts. Like in the sense that there was like some stressful things that I had to deal with. I'm going on a trip over the weekend for like a family thing. So some things were like the hotel got the dates for the reservation wrong, so I had to sort that out. But then I made a really good pizza today. Yeah, basically, I attempted to do a cast iron pizza like a year or so ago, and it failed miserably. It was just basically like a solid like block. Oh yeah, hey Baker, how's it going? But today, yeah, I made one. I could bring up an image of it. Let's. Yeah, I think everything worked out. It's one of those things where like the panic sets in, so you it just wears you out. But yeah, got that kind of handled. Once this weekend is done, I'll feel a lot more relaxed, hopefully, for the rest of the year. Oh, is there a double? No, it's just a song. So there's like a close up, and then let me get a. Yeah, it was really good. I can get a zoomed out image as well. There we go. Yeah, so I made that in my cast iron. The meat on top is brisket. Over Thanksgiving, my family had some barbecue. Before our Easter dinner or Easter, I guess more like a brunch almost. But yeah, it was really good. I'm really happy with how everything came out. Very nice, crispy, but crust, but was very like soft on the inside. Yeah, so definitely be doing that one again. I think it's either an 8 or a 10-inch cast iron. It's hard to tell the scale in these images. But yeah, I think it's around like a 10-inch skillet. But it's yeah, basically it's a bit it's risen a bit higher than you'd probably think. I don't know if I'm an amazing cook, but I do like to cook a lot. Yeah, I do like a lot of baking, especially. But then I do a lot of like cooking in my cast iron ever since I've gotten it. Yeah, yeah, 8 and 12. Like when I was looking at recipes, everyone was using like 12-inch skillets. Um, yeah, I think mine was like a white elephant gift during like a Christmas thing at work. But yeah, I think it's. Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I just. Yep, it was a 10.25-inch cast iron skillet. So it works well size-wise with my stove and whatnot, and my oven. Oh yeah, I also have like some smaller ones that I often use if I'm doing like breakfast. Like for the tri-tip, I actually didn't cook it. I didn't put it on and then put it in the oven. I put the meat on after the fact because, you know, tri-tip is best kind of slow cooked. So I had that in like a smaller cast iron on the stove, covered, and it was just kind of like slowly, low and slow heating on the stove, like at a low heat, and like it's basically its own fat because like there's like a lot of like rendered like drippings, I guess. Oh hey, how's it going? Um, yeah, there's like a bunch of like rendered like our drippings and stuff at the bottom of the pan, the leftovers. So I just kind of scraped that and put it in with the meat to help it, you know, not dry out or anything while I cooked it. And it was really good. Also, you know, there's like some, you can't really see it, but there's like some onions in there that were like left over from when we were making Easter food and stuff as well. But yeah. But yeah, thanks again for a rating and hope things are going well on your end. And yeah, and congrats again on getting the breadfish. Yeah. Today we're working on trying to finish this commission. Uh Last time we got some preliminary animation done, and I'm a bit tired, so we'll see how far we get with it. But you can kind of see how things are. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, fishing is I think only in the point and redeem, and not a action, as far as I can tell. I probably should look at more of the options on the fishing. Yeah, to make it figure out what all the features it has. Yeah. Yeah, so this is what we have so far on the animation. Definitely need to make some changes to make it work. Ooh, a blue discus. Nice. Yeah, so here's what we have for animation-wise so far. But yeah, I do need to make it so there's like less stop and go in a way because this is going to be a reactive. And so there needs to be like a hint of randomness in there so it doesn't feel as repetitive. Yeah, so I think the breadfish is supposed to be common, but somehow it ends up being a very like rare fish to get. Yeah, so there's kind of, I think there's two other animations I need to work on top of this. One should be very easy. It's going to be the blink. We have already kind of created the blink itself. If I, yeah, so over here I got the blink frames. So I would just need to kind of apply this, you know, just a couple frames, apply it to kind of a resting pose. And I've got a resting pose, like the default pose here. Right here. Oh. Here, rather. So that should be pretty easy to create. So I think I'll probably set that up. Can I create a range, by the way? That'd be nice. I don't think so. If I marker name. Yeah, because I'm used to like After Effects where you can do like create a range for the markers. But if not, it's fine. So we can see where our blink frames are. But maybe we'll set up the default, like the blink. So we don't want to be very quick. And so the easiest way to do that is to go get our natural pose. And we just need to, I can duplicate this over to the blink frames, or blink frames. And then we undo that. We just move this over. Zoom in a bit more. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's on the same first frame. So there we go. So I think that's good. We'll probably put like a little bit of like the ear rotation there too with the blink. And we'll probably just do like a very quick stop motion kind of thing here. So I think we'll have these go up like this. We'll see if this is too much. And then frame 2. How long have I been working in Blender? Let's see. I think in Blender specifically, it's probably been about 13 years. Before that, I went to college for Maya. And but before that, in high school, I had a senior project that I had to do. And with that, I did 3D Studio Max and ZBrush. And before that, when I would go to a friend's house, his older brother went to like design school, and he had Lightwave, which is a very old but still exists program. And then let's make sure this is all set. Interpolation to constant. This might be a little too much. We can always test it. So it'd start and we'll end it at like 207. So now, yeah, it might be a bit much. Granted, it'll be much faster than what's in the preview here. But it's fine because we can always just take this and we can just speed it up, and we might lose some frames, but you know, sometimes when you need snappy movements. Let's undo. Yes, we did lose some frames before. Thank you. Yeah, I really like how it can look. It's just a matter of getting it exactly how I want, I guess. Yeah, maybe we'll try something a bit more extreme. But yeah, when doing like a reactive, that's always the thing where you need to, I do like this actually, so maybe I'll move these down. I may need to look at my reference more, get an idea on, like, I think the ears might actually, yeah, this might be a bit too much actually. So let's actually undo these. There needs to be a bit more subtlety. This is a start, so we change this to 200. Like, I think we do want the movement, but I think we just need to tone it down a little. We'll try this and see. I don't think we need it on both ears actually. So we can asymmetry is kind of it can be a good way to get more of a feeling of like a stop motion look. The other thing is a potential twist. Now, what if we made it so only one ear actually did the like little twitch? Now, let's see, we can probably actually delete that and move this back. Now, what if we doubled it? Oh, that works pretty good. Though I feel like the eye blink is a little slow, but part of that problem is probably just because nothing else is moving. This is supposed to be more of a smoother blink than I have on the actual talking, because it is just like an idle animation blink. But I think that works pretty well. We can see about bringing back a little bit of the movement here. Like we can just... a little bit of its own thing going. We can just bring it back. Now, why is that? Maybe I'll just keep it. Yeah, let's get rid of these actually. Okay. I see. I'll just do like a very small movement so it feels a little bit smoother than the other side. Maybe instead of that movement, let's actually delete this. And I think the movement we want is actually moving it, rotating it back a little bit. And maybe we'll turn the interpolation to Bezier. It's okay. Next for this, let's do a little bit of head movement. Just very simple. Not as much. Want to be very subtle. That's pretty good. Now, what if we tried a little bit of a slight neck turn? I kind of like that more than just the head going down. Now, if we want to make it more stop motion, one thing I'm thinking of is what if I nudged the nose a little bit. Like offset it a little bit from the rest of the rotation. It's very subtle, but I feel like it might help a little. Maybe if we had a little bit of like a rotation. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we want to do blend shapes on the face so we get a bit more of that deformation that'll make the fur kind of move a little bit. Well, thank you. Yeah, enjoy the donut burger spinning. Yeah, let's adjust our stuff going on here. We don't have keyframes here, so we want that. What did we not? Okay, we'll move that here. Hey, it's Nate. How's it going? It's been a while. You're doing good. Normally I would do this offset, but in stop motion, it's probably not going to happen. Maybe we'll hold the Oh, nice. Hope the classes went well. Yeah, this is a VTuber model. I've made a model for this client before. Their name is Foxander. Let me just find... Here it is. This is the stop motion model I made for Foxander previously. They wanted a Little Big Planet style for this one. And these are reactives. So I render out like the high resolution models. And then they use it in like a PNG tuber program. Yeah, thank you. And so this is a new one where Foxander wants the model in a Fantastic Mr. Fox style. So you can kind of see the whole body here. And 4.0 GPA, nice. Hope you can maintain the record, but you know, like that's really impressive. Glad to hear things are going well. Yeah, and then when it's in a rendered view, it'll look more like this. Ignore some of the clipping. That'll go away when I do the final renders because I got like masks for the fur. But yeah, as you can see how it's going to turn out. And then I've got different toggles. So there's goggles, there's glasses, and then the glasses, of course, have a glass shader in the final. And then I have the vest. So you can see the whole outfit. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so right now, like, it's not going to be real time with the animations here because of, the high res. But you get an idea of how it's going to look. Which does remind me, I do need to close the mouth a little bit more, I think, on the default view, because that is not in the let's get this changed back, because I get more feedback from the shirt than I do the from the vest in terms of the animation. But yeah, so let's make sure. Mouth is a bit more closed. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I really wanted to get the style as close as I can. Like, it's not going to be perfect because I do need to make it, within the time frame. But there are some things I want to do to make it feel more like the material as well. Like, I've got a plugin. I haven't really shown it off too much yet, but so an example of this is if I come in here, all right, I got to come in here. So we got set initial shape. Now, if I come in here and I say, adjust the fur here a bit, then I can come back here and I can come in here and set it as a blend shape. So now I basically have keyframeable stuff for the fur itself. So I can like do a keyframe there, and I can do a keyframe here. I can do another keyframe here that's like a slightly different value. And then another one here. And then back down to 0. And then, so we'll get like, when I set it up right, this will allow me to do like the whole like fur boil effect that stop motion would have. Like, you can't see it too much there with that example, but it's just like saying there's a proof of concept of it where I've got the control. Oh no, it's not weird at all. Yeah, glad you can, find the stream relaxing. But yeah, it's always like a time and a budget kind of constraint thing. Because like I've already been working on this for a lot longer than I should have. It's been, I think, like four months, when this should have been like a 1 month project, really. But sometimes it's hard to, stop oneself from experimenting, especially when it's like, emulating fun styles and whatnot. But yeah, so you get the idea of how basically I can make various like configurations of like combing the fur, and then that allows me to kind of keyframe it and stuff, so I can get like the idea is I'll animate everything first, and then I can go in and be like, okay, like if a hand was going to move this head down a little, I can smush the fur like on the nose. Oh, and what's going on down here? That is weird. Something's not going right. I wonder why that broke. Maybe if I just hide and unhide. Interesting. I don't know why that's scrambled. I mean, it's not the end of the world. These just are, you know, very, I guess, simple in a way. Considering that the arm fur has not been messed up by that. Let's see. It's because you're using the modifier stack. It's very interesting. One of the unfortunate side things. Okay, so that's fine. This looks like particle system 1, or rather, this one 2 is the culprit. So maybe we'll just do a particle edit, and yeah, sometimes this happens where like particle systems that are just like break. Sometimes you just gotta kind of start over on them. But yeah, we'll see how this looks when I do this. But yeah, so this model will be done fairly. If it's not done tonight, I'll definitely be done at the beginning of next week. And then we need the puff. Yeah, something is definitely messed up, I think, just in general on this. It doesn't look bad. But yeah, the fur is just, the length and everything is off. Oh, thanks for the sub. Much appreciated. Enjoy your emotes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna just have to see what's going on here. Like, this fur is definitely too long. You only have the one system in place, but it should just be the same as the one up here. So maybe maybe we'll hide you. We'll come up here. We know particle system 1 is the one that works. Copy selected. Let me just come in here. Oh, and then oh, right. Let's undo that because I need the masks. Need to know which masks I'm using. Da-da-da. Yeah, just mask. Wait for density. Okay. Yeah, it is interesting. It is a little worrying as well that the fur messed up there. But yeah, it's just density mask. So let's we'll delete that again. Come in here. We'll just copy both of these. Copy to selected. Copy to selected. Then we come in here. Our density will be mask. Invert. And then our other one as well. Density mask. Invert. Then we come in here to particle edit. We're going to comb. Let's make sure everything is mirrored. Okay. Let's hide the other one while we're working on this. So we comb it down, and then we puff just a tad. And then we come in here and we comb down. Whoops. And we'll puff just a tad. And then we exit. So we need to puff again here just a tad more. Yeah, there we go. Whoops. Okay, so there we go. That's the, see how it looks. So I need to change the material. That works well. I can go in and I'll add a little bit more length to it. The only annoying thing is sometimes when I need to do this, like rework some of the stuff that breaks, just take away from the animation side of things, like the time rather for animating. We're going to just do the same thing here. We're just going to delete, let's see what so it's no masking here. Okay. So that's intact. So let's delete that particle system. Just come in here. We know that the longer here is O1. Come in here. Copy selected. Looks like ads are going to come in pretty soon. Unfortunately, I've run out of the things to, prolong the ads. Let's do length. Oops, we want to grow. Back to comb. Make sure there's a flow. Okay, yeah. Hope you have a good night. Thanks again for stopping in. Yeah, I hope all your projects and stuff are all going well. Yeah, it's good seeing you. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully after this as well, I'll be doing a kind of a bit more variety of projects as well. So there should be more streams in that regard on my end. Starting next week, once this is done, I will be working on a new low poly model. Okay, yeah, so the tail is looking better. I do definitely need to make it longer and a bit more random. Yeah, it's a little after midnight here. I tend to do these streams as sort of as a way to unwind for the day. It's also like a good quiet time to, get stuff done. Let's try one more thing here. I'm wondering if there's a blink, if the shoulder should relax a bit. Let's try that. Just like visually. That's probably too much. So we just want a very subtle. Oh wait, what's going on here? Let's duplicate this actually, so we can have better baseline of what we need. So just a tad. Just a tad. And then we will just what's going on here? I see. There we go. Or would it make more sense to have them go up a little bit? Hmm. Oh, sorry, there's no indicator. I can link what I'm playing right now, though. And the current song is... Grandia, Village of Luke. But yeah, I started off with some dot hack, which was always a good vibe. But yeah, I think we're almost done with the blink. I think I'll just do a little bit of like a tail animation, a very subtle one. Yeah, they're very good song. I think that's a good simple amount of animation in there. Yeah, I do need to roughen this up a little bit. There we go. Just needed some clumping. Yeah, I was watching a friend play Grandia recently, and it was a cool vibe. Okay, so let's take a. Let's see what. So we've got our blink. I think we do need to do something with this. Just make it feel a bit more natural. Yeah, just having like that circular motion instead of just like a linear one does a lot to just make it feel more natural. And of course, we also want to do a little bit of very subtle animation with this. Just a nudge. Like even just that little bit of the zipper adds a lot. And if I can do a little bit, the smallest smidge of rotation on the torso. Yeah, I think that helps a lot. Like it's something you don't necessarily, you're not going to notice it, but you are going to notice that if something is completely still, that it's completely still. I should probably increase the bump mapping on there too. That's fine for now. Yeah, I think that works. Let's put the vest on to make sure the zipper animation isn't clipping. Looks like it's good. Okay, so we have our blink. And over here, a 0. Hey, Darko, how's it going? Let's go to 0. To 28. So this is our, let's see, can I add markers? Marker, add marker, yeah. This is talking anim. And we're going to need to readjust this. So we have for our blink, we need our idle animation, which should be more simple. And then we have our talking, which we have a base of. We just need to, clean it up. How you doing, Durko? I'm noticing one of the shoulders drops while the other doesn't. So I think we can fix that first. These are like our two. So our shoulder drops there. Makes more sense. I think it's our issue. So when the arm goes up, we need this to go up quite a bit more. We want to lower this a bit more. Then I see. So let's see what you fish. Ooh, an arapaima. Nice. Those are only pretty big. Yeah, like Animal Crossing. Yes, we need to increase this. And this is all just set to constant at the moment. Because this here is the issue. This needs to go up. Yeah, actually, maybe I should just delete all the shoulder frames. And then I'll clean it up. Then, of course, we have this. We did add those to the end. But yeah, I do need to adjust the pacing on here too. Because there's like a lot of stuff that is kind of almost like too big of movements. Like talking to camera, that's fine. I just need to do like a little bit of subtle body movement. This is kind of probably where things can become an issue. This should really just be like a point to point. So like delete kind of the keyframes here. Let's see. So it's And this stays on here for too long is, I think, my main issue. Like it should be like around, so it comes in just from here. So it's really these bones here. And then I need to kind of just move these all over. And then match this. I'll need the arms to kind of wave a bit more. Yeah, I think once I get the arm waving in with this should be good. And then we'll just like a little bit of, so this will start here fine, like the default. Smallest of nudges. Pretty happy with how the zipper animates. Not super happy with how this arm animates, though. It feels a bit too deformy, I guess. Like I think the shoulder moves too much and that causes this extra morphing. So maybe I'll start over on the shoulder here. Scale this rotation back a bit. And once I get some hand movement in there, that should help a lot. I do need to get that shoulder though. I don't know why this shoulder feels so... Oh, it's because it's far back, that's why. Why is it so far back? I guess they both are. I do need both hands to go up, I think, at the same time. So that's another big thing. Oh, whoops. Why is that hand doing that again? Oh, thanks for the hydrate. Yeah, thanks for the animation slowly coming together. Much appreciated on the hydrate. Yeah, so I need the animation to not stand out too much because then it looks like it's looping. So a bit of that's going to happen with like the hand movements and gestures. The idea is, to have them between just even like individual frames kind of go up and down and stuff, kind of intentionally making it choppy, even though in Wes Anderson movie it would be like smoother point to point. But unfortunately, I don't have the um, resources of infinite intention when it comes to reactive. So sometimes you just need to mask things with a slight bit of randomness, and sometimes that helps out because then, so long as you keep like your animation tight enough, like in terms of like the how far it moves, when you have like the different states, the movements aren't as far away from each other, so it feels a little bit less snappy, like if it would be like a mode change compared to like actually like moving. Oh, glad to hear it. Hope you can stay warm. Have a bit of a cozy morning. Yeah, I guess the other question is, do I really need it to animate down? Because generally these have an abrupt stop more than anything. So I guess I could, instead of going all the way down, the last frame would be like a half measure. So like animate this. Yeah, I think that could be good. And of course, this hand for the ending would be like around there, and the hand needs to go back. Well, let's maybe delete that. And then this is kind of the same. So we'll like just make a marker here. Talking end. Just so we know. I think I need to lower this shoulder a little bit to be even with the other. So let's, guess we have our base pose. Oops. Now if we do constant interpolation, let's see how this looks. Yeah, so like this is kind of like some of the randomness that I think is going to help a lot. There's some of this where it's pushed a little too far in terms of movements, but like it's got a few random subtle movements. Like I do need to fix some of it, but it should make it blend together. This is kind of the part I need to avoid though, where there's like a circular motion. So let's see. Yeah, that's better. I do need to do a bit more keyframes on the arms, but I don't want to get those in until I really get the idea of how I want to pace the arms, like the gestures for talking. I'm starting to think I want to reduce some of the frames at the beginning. Like this should already be halfway up by the time. There we go. Yeah, so there's going to be more arm movements. I'm happy that like at least and then at the end we want it to be kind of the same where kind of gives the idea the arm is going lower. But if there's more talking, it will be close enough to not feel like it's just like changing like a toggle. Yes, I think in generally that feels better. Yeah, then for the idle pose, it should be pretty straightforward, but the idea is the head will mainly be turned away from the camera and not looking at the camera. So it's like, looking at your computer screen if you're streaming. Then when you talk, you turn your head to the audience. I do need to tone down the tail as well, only because it's going a little bit too far off. Oh, did I push it too far? Oh, hold on, I gotta undo this. So I did not have all the tailbones. We can still ease this off a bit. That's actually might actually be all I need. Hey, how's it going? Why does this feel like it's going higher? Maybe it's just a glitch. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, hope you're having a good one. Yeah, we just need to tone it down a little bit more. I mean, the other cheap way I could do this is, yeah, that works. So now it's in the frame still. Just have it so the root of it just rotates back a bit instead of just to the side. And then I can just do a little bit of tail animation. Like here, maybe. Like maybe I can, yeah. Well, thank you. I'll just do a... And then I need to do a slight rotation. So we can just... Slight rotation there. Let's undo that. But yeah, this works. Slight rotation. Yeah, I think that helps. Just a little bit of something. This, in total, this ends up being like a 4-month model, which is, it's longer than it should have been, but I've been wanting to, make sure it's got the qualities there. This is a model that I didn't really have a workflow built for yet because it's, like another style emulation. So I'm kind of building up my my tool set for it and everything as I do it. But yeah, so like 4 months. Normally when I do low poly models, it normally ends up being much shorter because I have like a very set standardized workflow for that. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this is coming out. I just need to do a bit more with the hand motions, I think. A little bit with the ears. And then I'll get to doing like the fur boil effect in spots. And then that should be it, I think. Well, I still need to do the idle animation too, of course, but before, we got the blink, we've got the talking, and those are like the two. Yeah, so the idle animation shouldn't take nearly as long, I don't think. Because really it'll just be like a kind of a sort of an idle pose with a little bit of randomness. Like the head rotating a little bit. And then like the eyebrows going maybe up a little bit and down a little bit, and kind of the eyes kind of like shifting over a little to the side. So with that said, we can so we have natural pose. Here we go. At this mark, we can make a new one, and this is going to be idle anim. We'll start at 60. It won't be more than 30 frames. In fact, it'll probably be like 20. So let's make it like 85, 60, 85. We can always move these markers. So we'll have this be idle and so here we can take our whole armature at rest pose, put it over here. And then we will do the same over here. We will take the face and our, oh, do we have not, we don't have the natural pose. It's fine. We can fix that though. Yeah, we'll just duplicate this over. Oops, not that far. Over here. And let's not forget our eye rig, which will start here. Though, since our idle animation is going to start slightly different. So we want, I think we want the idle animation to kind of start maybe about here. And we'll just have the eyes kind of look around. Kind of darting around a little. Let's see which a fish. Oops. Ooh, a hermit crab, nice. Have him like look around a little bit over to chat. And then back to origin. Now, is this too much motion? Let's see. Let's... Yeah, so let's... You don't need this one. That's good. That's good. We really don't need this. Just keep it over here. Is that intermediary? Then we'll just kind of thanks for the follow. Want to see which fish. Oh, thank you. Ooh, a red discus. Nice. Yeah, let's see if this... Don't know why this interpolation is happening. Let's delete that. That works. So the default, I think we want to be a little bit rotated. Yes, we may want to move the eyes a little bit more. And of course we want to start this kind of over here a little. Rotate a little. Go back here. We don't want the eyes to actually start. And we don't want the eyes to start here. We do want this to kind of be more over there, I think. got a bit of randomness. Might have too much movement, but we'll see. Yeah, let's make sure this is constant. Yeah, there's another eye movement that I need to fix. Definitely need to make the eyes a little bit less wide. This is maybe if I had a little bit of a blink there, that'll actually be a nice transition. The rotation on the head is a little bit too much. Hey, Crickly. Hey, how's it going? That's not what I want. I need this to be more. Oh, yeah. I need to. It's more similar. If we should just delete one of these. That feels better. You can smooth out some of it. Yeah, just smooth out a few bits. Move some of it a little closer together. Ooh, Fantasy Star. This is a good playlist. Yeah, I'll need to keyframe these a bit more. Yeah, I'll need to smooth it out so it doesn't feel like they're just anxious. Speaking of that, let's make sure the eyes look more relaxed. Okay, so the eyelids came in a little late. there. Ooh, I turned loose steam. I should probably stop raids. So I don't think we'll get like be like done, but this may be the last stream of this commission before it's done. Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping up for tonight pretty soon. Do we need more torso? You'll need to make this feel more natural. Probably by kind of having this movement and doing a little bit more on the spine as well as the chest. You'll need to smooth it out, a little bit more randomness. Reduce some of the kind of larger movements. I'll probably cut down to just the amount of frames and then have it hold on some of the, some of the different poses a bit more. Or do some of the snappier ones. I can do a bit of that now, actually. Because that's the snappy. And maybe we will change the interpolation here. Constant. It's feeling better. I need to animate the zipper still too. Yeah. I do need to get a bit more motion in there. Reduce the distance on the motion, but smooth it out a bit more. Um, yeah, this I can. There we go. I think the eye movements are good. Well, hold on. Well, that's my issue. Yeah, it's a bit too fast in the movements, so I think I do need to cut down the amount of frames a little. And this is also running slower than it should be on the preview. Let's see what you fish. Ooh, butterfly fish, nice. Yeah, it's like if I slow this down, mainly just by holding some keyframes, I think this should be really good. I do need to do a little bit of arm movements, just a little bit on the tail. But other than that, I think this is really good for the idle animation. I probably want to get a little bit more of the torso in so I can have the zipper move a little bit more like I do on the talking. But yeah, we can do a little bit breakdown of the animations. So here we have our idle animation. Just kind of, looking off to the side of the screen. A little bit more of the tail moving a little bit. Fingers will probably move a little bit, as will like the arm a little. And then we can do, was it 0 to 28, I think? We just need to smooth it out a little bit on the arms. The talking, I think itself is pretty much where we want. We'll have a little bit of the ear movement as well. We still need to add in. But yeah, once we add a little bit of the arm movement in, a little bit of randomness, that should blend things in pretty well. And then over here, we have our blink. So that's 200. To 207. So let's add a marker here. There's our blink animation. I may need to change the ear wiggle, just be like a single wiggle. But I do like this subtle animation. We'll probably want to offset it with the arm movement a little. But overall, I think it's, it's going to be good as it's like a lively blink. But yeah, that's all our animation we've been doing. I think I'm going to call it there. Probably no streams for a bit until next week. Probably like, let me check my calendar. Probably Tuesday night is when I think I might be able to do a stream. And then I'll try to do more streams, and it'll be working on a low poly model. Yeah. Yeah, thanks everyone for stopping in. Let's see who we can raid over to. Let's see. We could see if we can, or let's see. We could always raid over to a relaxing art stream. Or we could raid over to Noro, who's doing Power Wash. Those are kind of our two options. So, let's see. Let's also double check some other places that I know that I can see where people are going live. Let's make sure I'm not missing anyone. We could go over to more Blender. It's been actually a while, so let's raid over to. Well, I think we did raid over to Rozzy, but they were just finishing their stream. Yeah, we'll raid over to Rozzy's. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I'll see you later. if you haven't, if you want to see when more streams happen, mainly the go live notifications on Twitch are the best best source of when I go live, because I don't always have the energy to like really like announce it, especially for small streams. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out, and I'll see you later.